Hello YouTube, and welcome back to part 4 of my series on budget gaming controllers. Today we will be reviewing the GameSir T4 Pro, which is this one right here. It is modeled to look like an Xbox controller, with the exception, of course, of the Xbox logo here in the center. So with that, let's get into the video.
I am going to, let's just go to the home screen and try connecting this guy and seeing what happens. We're going to go back to the Mantis app. Right there, it says no gamepad connected. We're going to turn this guy on. This one also, this is the GameSir T4 Pro. It has a 600 milliamp hour built-in battery. This one's cool because this one has light up buttons. So the Y, B, A, X light up individually the colors of the Xbox controller, and then you have this ring around here. This one has M1 and M2 buttons on the back, which are push-pull. So when you have your fingers on it, if you pull towards you, you push one, and then you push away, you get the other one. So one finger does them both instead of individual paddles for one finger and another finger. This one connects via Bluetooth. So you turn it on, it blinks at the top. I'm going to connect it via Bluetooth, turn that on, get it synced up to the phone. GameSir T4 Pro is hooking up, connected, done. So let's see. All right, so it says choose gamepad layout. I have a new gamepad detected. It says Nintendo, nope. Generic, no. Xbox, it is an Xbox layout for sure. Let's see what else I have. PlayStation layout, no. So I'm going to, connect the Xbox. And so all the buttons on this side will connect to the normal Xbox buttons. So we're back here again. I'm going to click the Call of Duty button. It's going to say play with an ad, and it will launch back to Call of Duty. Now I'm going to put this in here, like such. Another disadvantage to this is when you set this up, you have to make sure that like the Galaxy has, the S8 has the Bixby button, and so if you crimp that into here, or your power button or your volume button, then your volume is going to be going all the way up or all the way down depending on which one gets crimped. So let's see, we're going to open this back up again. Everything looks the way it's supposed to, so let's head into a match and see what happens. I'm going to click multiplayer, click start. This is actually the first time I've used this controller for Call of Duty. We're going into a match. Looking around is the same. This is again because of the screen being up top. Whoa! It is way more sensitive. Actually, that is... Where did these guys come from? We just started the match. Yeah, okay. I am falling apart here. Then, now that we're back in here, I can open Mantis Buddy. There was a sensitivity for the joysticks, which I turned down on this for up and down, for the up and down movement, but not the left and right. Oh, wait a second. There it is. So, x-axis I'm going to keep there. Y-axis I'm going to turn down to 30%, so that way I don't, I'm not like shooting like this as I'm trying to find the target. So let's try that real quickly. I think that's a little bit better. Let's go find someone like these fools. The left and right is a little bit more sensitive than I'm used to with the Xbox controller. Alright. This controller, I don't know if it's the controller or my settings, but it has some stick drift, which it's not the controller because the stick is definitely centered, but this is showing me that I'm going left, and I'm not going left. maybe Galaxy S8 being old and laggy. So, yeah, this is embarrassing. I'm not used to using this controller. However, you do have the full Xbox controller feel now. Like it is like this is out of all the options and the stupid stick drift. This is by far the most, as far as the controller goes, the most comfortable because your fingers can easily grip this position. You can hold this probably for a very long time, hours upon hours, and it's like if you're used to Xbox controller, and this Mantis Pro does work with the Switch controller, and oh wow, round ending kill. It works with the Switch controller and the PS5 controller, so you can set it up with whichever controller you're used to, and it works with generic PS5 controllers because you can buy the Bluetooth PS5 controllers or knockoff PS5 controllers with the 2 joysticks here in the center. You can get those on eBay for like $10. For some reason, they are way cheaper than these because this guy was what, $23.30, I think it came out to be. Just this viewing angle is a little bit awkward. There's only one. Let's see, this has 2 positions, down and up, and it doesn't have like you can't it has a nice snap. And I don't know. It stays in position, but like if you're not resting your hands, you're holding your hands up, the phone gets really heavy really fast being up there. Sitting like this was all right because I don't know, I could support my wrist, but I feel like after a while it'd be like it'd just be there's a lot of weight, especially with the newer phones. As they get bigger, they get heavier. The Galaxy S8 is pretty thin, not super heavy, but like it's pretty weighty up there.
There were 2 more things that I wanted to show you. First, I found out that with Mantis Pro on Android 11 or newer, you don't need to plug the phone into the computer and do that whole USB debugging thing where you downloaded a file and then you uploaded the bat to the phone in order to get Mantis Pro to work. If you have a newer phone, you can do it everything straight from the phone. So to do that, you would open Settings, scroll down to the bottom, click System. You of course have to launch Developer Options. You load Developer Options, scroll down, and USB debugging still has to be turned on. But then right below that, you have wireless debugging. Wireless debugging allows debugging over Wi-Fi, so you turn that on. It will say allow debugging over your Wi-Fi. I'll click always allow on this network. Click allow, and then so now both of these are on. Then when you go to launch Mantis Gamepad Pro, it says turn on wireless debugging, and then it starts pairing wirelessly. And then Mantis Buddy is set up through Mantis Pro. It is super simple. So if you click up here, it actually has instructions. So on the Galaxy S8 Plus, I only had these 3 options to connect Mantis Buddy, but on a newer version of Android, you have on-device instructions. So if you click on that, it says Mantis Buddy is already connected, but it will tell you how to get that set up. It's super easy. Then with this controller, there's one last thing I wanted to show with this, and this mount is super nice. It has the plastic mount has a hole in the mount, so no matter if you installed it right side up or upside down, you still have access to the USB-C port, and you would only install it upside down just to have the mount out of the way if you're, like, for example, if you were connected to the Nintendo Switch. So you take your USB-C cord, plug one end into the controller, take the other USB-C and plug it into the phone, and the controller turns on with the bottom two lights lit here and the top two lights lit here, which means that it is in wired mode. And then on the Mantis Pro app, it says one gamepad connected. So from here, you can launch into whatever game you want to play, and the controller will work through Mantis Buddy exactly the same way as when it was connected through Bluetooth. So from here, we can launch straight into a match. The Mantis Buddy overlay is exactly the same with all the controllers at the same spot as when this controller was connected via Bluetooth and when we had the Razer Kishi controller connected to this thing. So we can get right in, this is the pre-match, but you can start moving around. Everything is smooth and the same as it was before. Actually, everything's really smooth. Okay, I wanted to show you that this controller, the GameSir T4 Pro, also works with Nintendo Switch, not just as a mobile controller. On the T4 Pro, it has instructions here on the back, which shows which button combination to press for which device you're going to pair it with. So if you want to pair with Android, when you power it on, you push A and the home button. If you want to compare it with iPhone, you push B and the home button. If you want to pair it with the 2.4 gigahertz USB dongle that comes when you buy it new, you push X and the home button. And if you want to pair it with the Nintendo Switch, you push Y plus the home button. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to push Y and home here, and it's going to power on. These lights are blinking here, which means it's ready to pair with the Nintendo Switch. So on the Switch, you will go to the little icon of the Joy-Cons controllers, select that. You're going to click Change Grip Order, select that, and then press the left and right trigger buttons, and now it's paired. Easy as that. What I did is I changed the settings on this controller. So A button, when I push the A button, it registers it as the A button that's at the other location on the Nintendo Switch. So when I push this B button here, it registers it as this B button because I am used to the Xbox button layout and not the Nintendo Switch. So I am going to use it and keep the button mapping the way I want it. And then we're going to just go ahead and load into a game here. So as you can see here, it's hard to tell, but it says press A button to open, and it's showing A as in this position on this side, but since for this controller specifically, I mapped the buttons either backwards, I'm going to push the A button here, and it's going to open that chest just like that. Now I got an old shirt. Boom. Or an old shirt. Let's see what's in this one. Ooh, pants. Put those pants on. Ah, the controller vibrated when the door opened. That was pretty cool. It's a beautiful game. I'm disappointed that on the screen it doesn't look that great. I found out that the M1, M2, M3, and M4 buttons can be registered as shortcuts. So to do that, you pick a button. What I did is I picked M3 right here, and you press and hold that, and then you press the select button, which opens the Seeka slate on that. But if you can tell, now this thing the ring changed from blue to purplish because the blue and the red lights both lit. So you have a purple sort of ring. And then I'm going to push the X button, and then I'm going to push M3 to confirm that again. So now, if I go back to the thing, whenever I push M3, he's going to attack. So instead of pushing attack, I can still move, and then and my thumb can be on the joystick. I don't have to move up to here, and I can attack by clicking the trigger down here. Like such. And then I connected the jump button to this side. So I have sprint on M4, and I have jump on M2. So now I can attack, jump, and sprint without even taking my right thumb off the joystick. So let's try it on this fool. Aha. Eat dirt. Oh snap, my weapon broke. Uh-oh. I'll just take his weapon. Yeah, that's right. I got a horn. Alright, one last thing I wanted to show you is that this controller does have a 6-axis gyroscope. So if I wanted to throw my spear here, I can tip the controller left or right or up or down to aim it. Whoa, did I throw it in the water? I'll show you that one more time. It feels pretty natural. The amount you move the controller for the amount the screen moves, it feels like this could be easy to learn. I've never used gyroscoping aiming before. I've always used the thumbstick to aim, like this. So, but I think I could pick this up fairly quickly. Thank you so much for watching part 4 of my series on budget gaming controllers. As of now, this is the last budget controller that I will review unless I get a request for a specific controller. Then I will see what I can do. I mentioned in the review that since the phone is out in front of the controller, it makes this setup top heavy. I found that I could play for a few hours by frequently changing my position. I would rest my hands on my desk, then prop my elbows up on my desk, and then lean back and rest the controller on my stomach. And that helped with the fatigue of the top-heavy gaming setup. Most modern phones are heavier than the Galaxy S8 Plus, so you will notice wrist fatigue more quickly. If you already have a favorite controller that you would like to use, there are a variety of clips for common controllers available. And when I say a variety available, I mean that there are a lot. This controller works well for mobile gaming, but for $24, it is an absolutely fantastic multi-platform controller. Mine did not come with the 2.4 gigahertz USB dongle that allows it to be used with Xbox because I bought it used, but I was able to use it without any problems on my PC, Androids, and the Nintendo Switch that I borrowed. Furthermore, the battery life is absolutely fantastic. I played COD on my PC for about an hour to test all the buttons and if there was any input delay, which wasn't noticeable. And then I played COD Mobile on my Galaxy S8 for 3 hours to test the wrist fatigue. Then the next day, without charging the T4 Pro, I explored the entirety of the Great Plateau in Breath of the Wild, which was long enough to kill the Switch battery, and it was charged to 100%. The next day, I played a few more hours of COD Mobile on my Motorola Edge to test the stick drift and the other glitches that I had on the Galaxy S8 Plus, and concluded that it was the S8's fault and not the fault of the controller. The whole time, the battery did not die, but if it did, the controller works plugged in, so just keep a USB-C cable nearby if you want to game for more than its 18 hours of rated playtime. Also, nothing says gamer like LEDs. Okay, that is all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed my evaluation of this controller. As always, constructive criticism is always welcome in the comments. If you haven't seen my other videos on budget controllers, they are conveniently linked on the screen for you to watch. Alright, have a great rest of your day. Blessings! Man, these outros keep getting longer and longer.